So today I just got in new shifter cable bracket for the F23 from Euro Pacific. Links will be in the description. These are very nice brackets. Like, holy crap. And then it also gets rid of the slop, so we're gonna have to try and get that out. I'm gonna first try and see if I'm gonna be able to use the stock or like the cables I have right now. So first thing I'm gonna do is pretty much just put this on, and then if it works, then I'll do the bracketry. So let's just go ahead and see if it's gonna work with the cables I got, and then we'll knock it out. Alright, so I just got my cables out. So like the things that the bushing kit's gonna fix is gonna be like this guy moves up and down. So let's see if we can get a better. But yeah, you got that up and down play, and that's what this guy's gonna fix. Yeah, and then this guy just changes up the hinge point on this one, and then obviously the bracket goes here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this bracket off, then bolt this one on and see if I can get the cables on there and everything working. If it works, then we'll do it. Alright, so using a T40 Torx bit, I went ahead, removed, there was only 2 bolts holding in my old bracket, so took those out, and now we got to pull 2 more out. For this one, is this uses 4 mounting points instead of 2, which is a way better design. It's going to make it a lot less likely to flex. So yeah, now we just got to pull the other 2 out, and then we can go ahead and do that. And I just might just do the I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to pull it out, so that way we can do this guy, so this guy's done with. So yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I've got it temporarily bolted on there. I took off the old one, so there will be a retaining clip and generally a washer holding it in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on and then see if I can get the cables to work. If the cables work, then we're going to go with the whole install. So let's do that. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to be able to get the cables to work. So one thing I did, this is me being cheap. I have a brand new custom length cable. This one I should have got a little longer. So when you do order the cables, get them a little longer. And then this one is a stock length F23 or a stock 5-speed jet rag, and that one looks like it should work. But I actually ran the I'm not sure which cable's which, honestly, guys. So I can't remember right now. So this cable, the one that does your forward and back, I think is your select cable. That one, I actually ran them both through the same hole. It looks like I made a rookie mistake and ran it on both sides of my wires, so that's a damn shame. So I'll have to fix that real quick. But yeah, so we got both cables ran through one, and I'm gonna run my boost gauge and crap through this one. So yeah, and then just put my grommets back in. We'll be good to go. Shouldn't be a big difference from any of that. It just gives me a little bit of extra slack to be able to get a little bit more. But yeah, so now what I'm gonna do, pull all this back out, and then we're gonna pull the whole shifter assembly. So it should be, I think there's like 4 or 5. There should be about 5 screws or so holding in the top, and then down here on the side there is this bolt. I believe it's this one. It should be, yeah. So you take this bolt out, and then because that's a retaining bolt for the whole shifter assembly, and you should just be able to pull it out. If I could aim my camera, that'd be great. So yeah, you should be able to just pop that out, pull all those bolts out, and you should be able to just pull it out. So let's do that. Okay, so once you get the whole assembly out, there's going to be, I don't know what these things are called. It's like a cotter pin, retaining pin. It's going to be inside of here. So what you're going to do is use like a punch. I just used this old stud that I had laying around and just pounded it in. So just make sure it's kind of like round. You don't want to like be splaying out the ends and shit. So yeah, so we got that. Now all you got to do is just pop this thing off. Oh, it looks like our little piece stuck from the new assembly. So take that off. Then this guy should just pull off. So let's do that. All right. So once you pull it apart, it's in there. And you just got to get the the what's left of the old bushing in there, get that out so we can put the old or the new one in. So let's do that. Wow, I thought this was like the end of this. This is actually the bushing. So got the bushing out. Now let's put the new one in. So let's do that. All right, so just when you go to press it in, make sure you line up these holes, because once you press it in, it would probably be a real pain in the butt to do. So just press that in, too easy. And as long as you can see through it, you're good to go. So now put it back on, and then we got to put a new one of these in, which luckily I have. So we'll do that. All right, so new one's in. I wish I could tell you what size it was, but it's kind of mixed in here. It was like one of these. So I'm guessing it's a 1/4 inch. So it was in this one, so it's a 1/4 inch, and I used the 1 1/4 inch. You could probably use the 1 3/4 inch, but it's gonna stick out. The 1 1/4 inch seemed to work pretty good. So, and I think this is from Harbor Freight, so pick you up some of those. Yeah, so now we'll get this guy put on, and then should be ready to go back in. All right, so it's all ready to go. I watched BVM's video, and it says to grind this down. I'm not sure why, but I did it. I'm not sure if I did it the right spot, but we did it. So yeah, now this thing is ready to go back in, so let's get it back in. All right, got it back in. Kind of just got to finesse it back down in there. And then once you get it down in there, make sure you test to make sure you can go through your gears. Pretty much just by like doing this. Then you use the lever to push it up or down, and then you also try the side to side. Just make sure all your gears work, and then you're good to go. So let's get the bracket put on, and don't forget to put your retaining pin back in. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just bolt these on, and we're good to go. All of these are the same length, so that's good. Use your T40, put those back in, get them snug. I'm sure there's a torque spec, but I don't know it. So yeah, let's get these in. All right, so got them in there. Now it's time to get the cables in there, so let's do that. All right, so it's in there. Let's go take this thing for a test spin. So the main thing that was definitely causing an issue, one second. All right, so I got it in there. I had to dig around with like the cable adjustments quite a bit. I think I've got it all pretty well figured out. I managed to get my old short throw back on. So, but yeah, that's first. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. So they're all working. Once I get up here, get to a stop, I'll throw it in reverse and see if it works. Reverse was always my problem. It would like grind anytime I like tried to go in there. Reverse is the only one that's kind of weird, but I don't think it's not the bracket. The bracket is freaking awesome. It's way more crisp. Before there was like slop, so it's way more crisp now. And then, well, yeah, the first is kind of weird because it goes into first, and then like it goes forward, and then it kind of shifts forward. But it is a modified 4-speed bracket with an extreme short throw. When I say short throw, it's like it works in the principle of a short throw, so it takes me less throw. It is a really long top. Maybe I'll chop that and shorten it. We'll see. But yeah, so far so good. Definitely get this bracket. You can make your own. That's what I tried doing, and it's I don't know. This just takes all the guessing out of it. There's a lot of technical things to making the bracket work. So I would recommend this. This is an amazing kit. price, and all that stuff down in the description for everybody.